Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Why, hello. So I have hijacked Mallory's channel. She'll be okay. She will be back the next video. And I have asked those to submit questions on Instagram, and I got a lot of questions. So it's gonna get kind of juicy. I figured I would answer some of those in this video. So let's jump right into it. The first one is, I've got them saved on my phone here. Are you a virgin? Moving on. How do you and Mallory get through conflict together? Fight it out or let it go? So I got this question a lot. So Mal and I communicate pretty good. We haven't always, but we've dated for like 7 years. We've been married for 2. So I guess we dated 5 years and then got married for 2. So, you know, we're just really good at kind of talking it out. We both talk to each other like adults, so there's no really screaming or yelling or any of that. But our communication has gotten really, really good over the years. I think that helps too with Ford, because one of us can look at the other one and just see them absolutely tired and just done. And usually the other one will be like, all right, come on, let's go and take Ford to the mall or take him out on a stroll or something like that. So that's, you know, is in terms of conflict, we usually just talk it out. Now that doesn't mean we agree on everything. Always like hearing those people say, well, we never fight. It's like, I don't know, that's weird to me because you're not gonna agree on everything. So, but yeah, Mal and I usually talk it out. All right, next question. Ooh, this is a good one. What's it like to work with your wife? So this is, so before, and I'll answer a few more questions that I got about this. So before I started working with Mal, I owned a valet company here in Nashville. We were kind of small. We got kind of big too fast. I think we had at one time about 90 valets. And I never really had formal business education or anything like that. So when you get that big, I didn't really know what I was doing. I mean, I knew what I was doing, but I didn't set my management structure up right. So I learned a lot through those years. And then it got to the point, Mallory started a YouTube channel, and we both talked, and she was like, I'd love for you to be able to help me whenever it makes sense. And I said, yeah, I would love to do that, but only if I can kind of add some value to what you do. You know, I don't want to just ride your shirt tails for years to come. So I taught myself how to edit, did all the editing while I was still running my valet company. And as Mal grew, I was able to kind of learn how the contracts work and how brands work and this, that, and the other. So I was able to help with that. And then sure enough, things started going so well for Mallory, I phased out of my valet company. I was asked a lot if I sold my valet company. I did not sell my valet company. I just kind of got rid of contracts and slowly just came over to Mal's where I didn't have any contracts left. Any of our private events I give away to other companies. So I should have sold my company about my third year into it. Kind of looking back, but I know more now than I did then. So it's all good. But what's it like working with Mal? I love it. I like it in the sense that, 1, there's really no overhead. 2, we don't have to manage employees, so that's helpful. And 3, it's very, I hate to say easy because there's a lot of work behind the scenes, but you kind of rely on yourself. And I like that, to where when we had a valet company, if little Johnny over here wrecked a Porsche, that wasn't good. I couldn't really help that. It's a lot easier. It's a lot less stressful. And me and Mal usually work well together. I remember when we first started working together, I was like, you should do this and you should do this. And that wasn't working well. So I kind of had to take a step back and figure out, okay, how do we communicate together to where it's effective? And we've really, really been able to do that. So I love working with Mal. I really like staying behind the scenes and doing the editing and all of that, more so than being in front of the camera. But with Mal in her second trimester, you know, she's not always ready to go get it every day, which I surely understand. So it's helpful too, where I can kind of pick up the slack in those areas. Do you both change diapers? Absolutely. How do you balance being present with Ford and needing to maintain your social media? That's a great question. So me personally answering, I never feel the need to maintain any social media. I kind of just document our life, and it's easy. I think Mal does the same. Obviously, we pay the bills through brand deals, so we have to work and kind of do those steps. But we really just kind of document our life, so we never feel the need to, I got to post this today. I've got to post this today. That's never really a conversation that happens. Ooh, what's your biggest pet peeve about Mal? Now, if y'all think I'm going to get on here and badmouth my wife, I ain't going to do it. And I'm also not going to say nothing she ever does bothers me. But that's a conversation for us. Which digital platform generates the most income for your businesses? It just varies. I would say Instagram, but we have a lot of YouTube integrations, and then also we have the product lines with the merch as well. We generate income through affiliates also, through affiliate product sales. So it kind of, I'd say the short answer would be Instagram. What do y'all do? You're always so busy. Just curious, not being mean. So it's a lot of, it's definitely not your go in 9-to-5 job. But we do a lot of editing, talking with brands, looking over contracts, getting stuff set up. We're getting the podcast set up. Just a lot of random stuff that's not your day-to-day paperwork, sit in the cubicle and go over spreadsheets. So I know it's very different. Both Mal and I, we could never work in an office environment. It's just not what either one of us are good at. I know a lot of people are probably like, oh my God, never worked a day in their life. And I get it. Also, my very first job, and I got this question on here too, my very first job was at McDonald's. I worked assembly. I'm the one that put the burgers together, and I had this manager, like each time a bus would pull in and be this huge bus full of high school kids or a band, he'd be like, yes, we got a bus coming in. And we'd all look at him and be like, Derek, shut up. Shut the hell up. We'd all roll our eyes because I had to slang 80 big and tasties or quarter pounder with cheeses as fast as I could. So first sandwich I ever made was Egg McMuffin. The guy brought it back and said, what the F is this? So it's like, welcome to the real world. So yeah, first job was McDonald's. I've had all kind of odd jobs. I worked at Ruby Tuesdays with the salad bar, all you can eat salad bar, which I was so mad. People would come in, order water, and always get the salad bar. It's like, come on, I can't make any tips that way. When I was in high school, worked at a golf course, worked at American Eagle in the mall. I slept out at a firework tent to guard the fireworks every summer on the Kentucky-Portland line here in Tennessee. So yeah, I've always worked through college as a valet. So yeah, had a ton of jobs and ran and operated my valet company for 6 years. So I've worked doubles year after year, getting that set up, valeting and running the company. So I've had a ton of jobs. So this is a lot more flexible, a lot easier, and I'm very, very grateful to be able to do what we do. Good question. How does it feel to leave your own business/career to work for your wife? I don't. It feels good. I really enjoy seeing it from the process, I guess, her starting it from essentially nothing and building it and getting into all these different, diversifying into products, into audio with the podcast. I love being able to help with that. So I know it's a different dynamic, kind of, I guess the husband always goes to work and the breadwinner, the wife stays home, but it's kind of a different world we live in. So I don't really see it as negative. I enjoy doing it. I've had my own company, ran my own company. So I really feel like I'm adding value to Mal, and I like working with my wife. It's basically the modern day family business and American dream to be able to do what we do. So I enjoy it, and I'm glad I did it. What advice would you give to couples looking to work together? How do you keep things fun always together? When you do work together, one of the things we found out you've got to have some boundaries when, excuse me, when work stops and you're husband and wife, because it's very hard, especially in this industry, for that to cross over, and then your relationship's going to suffer. So it took us maybe a year to figure that out, and we were finally like, okay, work stops at whatever time we agreed on, like 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, I'm dad. You're mom, you're my wife, and that's that. So that really helps. So one tip I would give for couples working together would be to set boundaries and kind of stick to them. This question is a little juicy. It's from Shannon Ford. Y'all need to go check her out on Instagram. She's hilarious. Her boyfriend's a nice guy too. At what point in your relationship with Mal did you start helping her self-tan spots she can't reach? So Shannon, that was probably our third date. Do you guys use credit cards or buy everything with cash? We usually use debit cards. Every once in a while we'll put like business purchases on a credit card, cameras, if we go on trips to where we're doing meetings or eating food with brands, things like that, we use a credit card. So hopefully that answers that. Dating advice. What do you do to put yourself out there and what not to do? I've been out of the game for a little while, so I'm not sure I'm the right person to get advice, but from some DMs I get, the questions are, where do I find a man? Where do I find a woman? And I stick to my theory of Whole Foods is a great place, any grocery store, because it's a safe environment. You know, usually nobody's drinking or anything, so you're not gonna say anything stupid. People are approachable for the most part. Now, you don't want to be hanging in aisle 7 by the toothpicks, just like creeping. Maybe you can come with a line, maybe not. You know, you see a girl just walk up, or a man just like, hey, what recipe do you have for those kiwis or something? Don't do that, but maybe just strike up general conversation. So that's the advice I would have, and really just kind of be yourself. You don't have to throw it all out there on the first date. I recommend just slowly getting into it. You don't have to tell your whole life story, but yeah, that's the only advice I have. And again, I'm so out of the game right now. Take it for what it's worth, which is not very much. Another good question, where are you from? I was born in Nashville. I was born in Inglewood, went to Dan Mills, and we moved. We lived in Inglewood before it got trendy. Moved to Goodlettsville, which is about, 10 miles north of Nashville. Maybe 15. 10 or 15 miles north of Nashville. I think when I was in first or second grade. So then I went to college at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. How was your marathon training? I got out of shape there for a while. I really just, I could not run a mile at all. So what I did, I would drive downtown. We lived pretty close to downtown. And I would just walk a half a mile through the city. And I enjoyed doing that. And I started kind of jogging through the city. I put on my favorite music. So I've got to be running outside and see things and be around people. Or not even around people. I used to run like 5 a.m. every morning. Still do now. It's just quiet. It's peaceful. You feel better. So I started very slow and just slowly worked my way up, and I made it fun. Like, had my favorite song on. I'd go and maybe get a new pair of running shoes or a new running shirt. So just something to kind of spark that motivation. And I just decided at some point you've got to have self-discipline because that wears off. I just decided I was going to stay with it. I had a goal of running a half a marathon, and that really pushed me on those days. I kind of felt like crap and didn't want to run. So I think having a goal is important no matter how big it could be, a 5K, whatever it is. You have to go run a marathon. Do you care that Mal is into high-end products? I know some hubs cut their wife off. I don't care what she buys at all. What sports do you want Ford to play when he gets older? I would love for Ford to take up golfing or baseball. Will not let Ford do Pee Wee football. I don't want him knocking heads around that young. If he wants to play in high school, so be it. Or I hope he holds off on the rugby too. I played rugby in college. If he wants to play rugby, that'd be fine as well. So just anything he gravitates towards. Also, if it's not sports, I feel like he's going to be very musically inclined because of Mal. So if he wants to play the piano or be in dance, I'll be the first one there to support it. So I really don't care, just kind of whatever he takes to. We're going to introduce him to everything from the arts to sports to you name it. I don't care if he does spelling bees. So just kind of whatever he takes to, and we'll go from there. I've seen that Mal doesn't drink, and my husband is trying not to drink. How do you support her? That's a good question. So one of the ways I support Mal, we don't keep any alcohol in the house. We don't have it around here. And I'm not a huge drinker. I'm a social drinker. So that's one of the ways I kind of support Mal. Oh, is pregnancy an extra turn on? Yeah, whatever. When is the podcast coming out? We are wrapping up. So we're thinking, we know it will be out sometime in June. I know it's kind of taking a little while. The second baby is kind of prolonged our production. So we know it's coming sometime in June, probably towards the middle or end of June. We're gonna get it going. So really excited. Mal's got so much great content on it. It's gonna be really, really cool. So stay tuned for that. Hope you liked my vlog hijacking and it did not bore you too much. Mal will be back this week on her channel. So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to Mal's channel, please subscribe. And we appreciate everybody kind of tuning in and watching all our stuff.